right, guys, this is Trader C. Brown. You're welcome live to our forecast for the week 27. Now, the last time we did week 26, I believe you guys enjoyed the whole forecast, and I'm going to be going through like a review for you just to go back to it and look at the whole structure again. And then we're going to be looking at what we have to deal with this coming week on GBpusd, week 27. I hope you guys are ready for this. Now, without much talking about this, I'm going to go to the chat. But before I do that, I just want to put a disclaimer there. If you have been, scammed, or people asking you to pay them money, give them money for this and that, listen, stay away from such group, because I own no such group. And I only have one Telegram group. I only have one academy. So if anyone is disturbing you or probably asking you for money, stay away from them, because that's not me. Because a lot of people are using my ID, using my, my avatar, my social media anchors to create different accounts and scamming people. Stay away from them. What I do is what you know me do. I do forecast analysis of the chart, and also do some educational information or materials for you, or training that I put up there. Last week, we just did one of a training, live training. Last week, Friday, or was it? Yeah, Friday. We did a live training that took about almost 2 hours that we were explaining a strategy on how to trade the 1 hour time frame. So if you haven't watched that video, I would encourage you to watch it, especially if you are a beginner. So I encourage you to go watch that video. It will help you. All right. But today, I want to begin to share some thoughts with you regarding what we are expecting in week 27. Okay, week 27, gonna be awesome. So if you want more information about how we trade, what we do, the link is in the description of this video. So ensure you check those links. Those are the official links, and you can contact me on any of my Telegram that is there, that you can see there. I'll be waiting for your contacts, your informations, or your questions, or your concerns regarding the forex market. Now, we are looking at GBpusd. We have been having a lot of interesting move in the market, very interesting move. As you can see on the daily time frame, we are actually looking bullish. And if you turn to the weekly time frame, we are obviously looking bullish. The question is, where will this market go? How far will it rise to the top? So obviously we can see that structure has broken. This is weekly time frame. We see that this major resistance level has been broken. So we have a pullback to it, and obviously I'm expecting price to head over to the top, over to this key level, and that's where I'm expecting price to get to in the nearest future. Hopefully it gets there, but this is what I'm anticipating, that market want to go over to that head, which is 120, 130 to 32 region. But there is a but. We are not guaranteed that the market will get there sooner, because this is weekly time frame. So let's look at the daily time frame to be able to see what is going on. Now, on the daily time frame, you can see that the market had just created a pullback based on structure. Okay, previous structural break, and the market pullback based on days swing high into swing low. And so you can find out that there was a pullback. If you use your FIB, you will discover that, depending on what structure you're using, but this was the big structure I'm taking out. So if you check that, you see price just pulled back on around 50% of the market. So we see that price is heading back up. So right now on the daily is bullish. The market is bullish right now. So what happened last week was there was a pullback before that potential buy. Now remember, I told you last week in week 26 that we're expecting price to break this high. If price break this high, then we should be expecting a potential pullback. And it did break the high last 2 weeks, and then had a pullback last week. So this pullback was obviously a very tempting one, because there was an inside bar that created within that. So there was a manipulation, so to say, in the lower time frame. Some of us already started buying here until we had this sweep to the downside, which obviously, based on my strategy, we were able to escape this drop, and we didn't get ourselves involved with the drop that took a lot of people out. But this is obviously now a bullish momentum to the upside, though. So the market is now finally resuming the trend to the upside. So that's what we're looking at. So the next target will be, what is the market going to do? Is it going to break this high now? So that's what we're going to be looking at. Is the market going to break that high? Of course, we should be expecting the market to break that high and create another structure for us in the market. But this is daily. For those of you that swing trade, you probably may have been in this buy right now, and you're looking at the market going up, because obviously we're looking at the market still going to go up on the daily. Now, if you move to the 4-hour time frame, which I'm going to do right now, if you check the 4-hour time frame, you observe that the market is already heading up with a bullish engulfing candle that took out this liquidity, and then we can see a minor pullback here. Now, the reason for this pullback, I may not know, but I can tell you that it looks bearish on the 4-hour, but is bullish overall. So that's where the confusion is. So a lot of people think, well, the market is bearish. Look at the trend line. It's trending down. I agree with you. There's nothing wrong to take that, the market is bearish. So what I'm intending to let you know is, if the market pull back, then check the 50% level of this pullback, this swing high to the swing low. And you want to check the 61% of 50%. So this will definitely be your zone of interest to buy. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. So this is I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame. So this is definitely be your zone of interest that you're going to look for a potential buy. So I'm expecting price to come into the zone and then eventually take out all the liquidity at this level to take that to get equal high. So this will be my potential trade for the week 20, week 27. But what if the market break below and take out this low? If it does that, all I need to do definitely is to wait for another day or two and wait for a pullback. If the market pull back into that zone again, and then I'm going to be looking for a potential sell to the low. But I doubt if the market is going to do that, because overall market is bullish. So we are not sure yet if the market will start breaking structure on the higher time frame, because if we check the higher time frame, which we did earlier, there was no sign that the market is getting ready to start selling. Rather, we still see potential push to the upside on the market. So that's what I want you to pay attention to, looking at the market on week 27. So the overall is that we are still trending into the upside, is still bullish, but there's going to be a little bit conflict here and there, because there's still consolidation going on. Why? Because structure is not being followed properly. We have that if you look at the COT data, you discover that the big guys, both of them are challenged buying the USD, buying the British pounds. So we can see that the USD is 77%, that the big guys and COT data is telling us that it's on the bullish. Then we also have the GBP, which is British pounds, is 66% on the high side. So we can see that they're almost dragging the bullish momentum. So there's a conflict there. That means if British pounds is they are trying to buy it, and then US dollar is trying to go up, you can see where the drag is. So that's where the conflict is. So there is no proper direction, especially when you're trading the lower time frame, to be able to catch some good move. But if you look at the overall market, looking at the sentimental approach, and also looking at the technical approach, then you understand that fundamentally it's going to go in that direction. What do I mean by that? Sentimentally, the market is going to the bullish side. We have that it is on the favor to the bullish side. Then based on the COT data, we can also see that the market wants to go higher, but obviously there is a conflict between the USD and the British pounds. So we can see that there is a drag between both currency want to go higher in their own affair of economy. So that's been a very interesting part to me, because I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here? How come you want to buy, you want to increase the price of the currency, you want to buy more of the currency, British pounds, you want to buy more of the USD, and these two currency had to be traded in the first market, and for that reason, you might actually have a neutral behavior. Even though it looks as though it's bullish, it could be selling. Even though it looks as though it's selling, it could be bullish. That's the problem. Like you can see what we're having here in the market. You see it dropped massively, take out this liquidity level, and then consolidated for a while and push all the way back up again. So it's like equal price equilibrium here. You can see the equilibrium here in this zone. So that's exactly what the problem is right now with GU, but still we can trade it. If you know what you're doing, you know your strategy. My strategy is always I look at it right now. I know, like this trade, this push up was, I mean, it was an amazing strategy that we saw. My strategy played out on this trade. So right now, if you're trading in 1 hour time frame, my students know exactly what to expect, because this is a strategy that I taught them, and they are looking for that move to happen before they take the buy trade. Now, that's exactly what I'm looking at. Now, let's look at the fundamentals, okay? Let's look at the fundamental analysis. Now, the fundamentals on its own, starting from next week, remember the first week of the month is the week where you have a lot of fundamental news, especially NFP is coming in next week. So pay attention to that, which is on Friday, as you can see on my screen. And also we have on Thursday, we have on the 5th of July, we have another news coming in, FOMC, and then we have yeah, we have all of this news coming in. We read the rate statement, but this one has nothing to do with those of you that trade USD pairs. So major pairs, USD pairs, you don't have problem with this, except those that trade Aussie dollars. And again, it has nothing to do with you. So the major news is on Tuesday, on tomorrow, which will be the PMI. And also we'll have on Friday, on Wednesday actually, which will be a little bit of FOMC coming in by 7 p.m., which obviously you don't need to worry about, especially those of you that trade London session and a little bit of early openings of New York section. Then on Friday is the big deal, really. So on Friday, you want to be careful how you trade this market. So this is what I have for you guys on week 27, and I'm still expecting price to pull back like I see me do. If price push up without pulling back to this zone and break this high and start pushing up, I'm still going to wait for a reasonable pullback before I'm going to take the trade. Otherwise, I'll let the market go all the way down right now, because the sell has already been activated based on this structure here. So this sell is already activated. If you are not swinging this sell, then don't bother getting in, except it gives you a reasonable pullback into the trend line again and rejects the second time, then you can find your way to sell. But for those of you scalping this market, is all the way down. You can scalp it all the way to this zone. Just look for opportunity to sell, and get to this key area and get out. So that's what you want to do. And also for those of you that day trade, I will expect that you wait patiently, let price come down to this level, maybe day 1, day 2, maybe by Wednesday you should be able to catch your buy, and then let the FOMC play its role and join the whole thing, and before you know it, we are having like a bullish momentum to the upside, taking out this liquidities. I hope you guys understand that. But if market go otherwise, like I said, I have to wait for price to take out this low, break this structure here, and wait for a pullback. That will be me waiting for, listen, this is how I trade. So I'll just wait for what I want to see. I'm not going to just jump into the trade like that. So I'm going to wait for a reasonable pullback, and then I'm going to get in once I see the patterns that I'm looking for in the market. So that is what I have to share with you guys today on GBPUSD. Now, for those of you that trade EURUSD, you know how we do it. Watch out for the video. It's going to be out in the next few minutes. In other words, check the next video that's going to be up around here, and that will be the forecast for EURUSD. Thank you guys for watching. Guess what? I wish you a happy week of trading with profit. I'll see you again in week 28. Enjoy your week 27. Bye for now.